you, just to get started, I would love to know what it's like to perform kind of under this new format where there's not necessarily an audience. It's not like the traditional AGT we've watched in the past. So how has that been for each of you? And we can start with Kennedy.
It's definitely been different, but it's also like a really cool time to be on AGT, like, because it is different and people are, I don't know, probably more interested in what's going to happen, like more than they used to. And it's also cool to see everybody on the virtual audience. I think they did a good job with that. So it has been really interesting and really cool at the same time.
And Brandon, what about you?
For me, it's kind of been a flashback to the past. Like starting, like poetry gets second billing to like comedy and music at shows. So like I perform on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and usually it's like very low numbers in the beginning of my career. So this just kind of took me back to like those humbling moments of the start of my career doing poetry, where it was just like me and like 4 people at a coffee shop and me throwing my soul out to these people waiting for a like grande macchiato or whatever the heck they get.
We're blessed to be a part of the show in general, but I think this season is a staple. It's unique, and we're very blessed to be a part of production. I love production more than anything. So to be a part of not only an awesome show and just be a part of it, to be able to do it during a pandemic and with all this production, it's unique. The next season might not do this stuff anymore. So it's an opportunity that you have to seize the moment and enjoy it while you're here.
AGT really stepped up to the plate. I mean, they took a very difficult scenario and a very difficult season, and they completely turned it around and made it amazing. So it's actually almost a benefit and a blessing to be here this season, where everybody thinks it wouldn't be. It is. We're thankful for it. America's Got Talent did a great job.
It's weird seeing everybody with face shields and masks all the time, but it's actually becoming a new norm, right? So it's different, but the way that they're making this season great is by, I mean, I'm so proud of America's Got Talent, because if you watch people's sets, and I don't think that would have been able to happen if the coronavirus didn't happen. So it's definitely a different world, but I think for the show, it just made it amazing.
You obviously gave performances that were very emotional driven, and I would love to know from each of you, what was your thought process before and when you were deciding, your act, and then going into it? And so we'll start with Kennedy again, come back to you, Brandon.
Well, I wrote the song recently after my audition, and we chose it at the last second, but it was written for my sister Alexis, and I wanted to dedicate it to her on the show because she's one of the reasons I'm here. So I wanted to give that back to her, and I think it turned out really good, and she called me and she was so excited and she loved it, so it made it all worth it.
And Brandon?
Yeah, the decision to do the poem that I wrote was understanding like the times that we're living in now, the fights that have been going on for generations, and wanting to express like the truth of like this real authentic conversation my mother and I had. And I've said it before, like history isn't made by those who play it safe. And so for myself, instead of going with like a safer poem, for the American public, I said, take your shot at doing something that that you could be proud of when people look back on it. So.
Well, we have normally we would see vocal coaches and have like the music team and everybody like in person, like helping you as you're like performing in front of them. But now it's all through Zoom. We don't get a chance to like actually be in person, face to face with these people. And it's definitely, it's different. It's really different. But
for all of you guys, what was the thought process behind choosing the pieces that you guys individually did last night. So what were you thinking when you said, all right, this is the performance I'm going to do? And we'll start with Broken Roost again.
You know, we chose a U2 song, and we chose a U2 song. Still haven't found what we're looking for, because the world that we're living in right now is on a constant search, right? And we are too, and humanity is in a constant search. And for us, this song represents a lot of that. You know, as a globally, I don't think the earth has found what we're looking for yet in humanity. And that's why we chose the verses that we chose in the song to do. It was very powerful for us as a message. We want this world to come together, you know, get rid of our masks and hold hands and hug and love each other and take care of each other. And that's what we're looking for. So that was a message that we wanted to push out through that song.
The response, and in particular to this one, has been great. You know, you have your small contingency of people who, you know, will dislike the quote unquote political nature of the piece. But for the most part, like talking with like my fellow poets, talking with my family, my fans, everybody has been ecstatic about it. And it did what I hoped it would do. It elicited a response from the people. And not only that, but I feel like it was a level up from the first performance I did too. So.
All right. And so for my final question, knowing what you know now, just kind of about this live round, going forward, is there anything different you guys plan to do, or do you just plan to come bigger and stronger? What's your game plan? Candy?
I think just stepping it up and showing more sides of me in my music, and I'm excited to show more originals if I get voted through, and to show America what I have to offer. So,
Brandon, what about you?
In the words of a famous man, add more cowbell. You can never have enough cowbell. But no, in a serious note, I think I would probably just continue. I probably wouldn't change a whole lot of anything. Just continue to speak my truth and speak my heart out there. So
awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and I hope to talk to you guys again, obviously. So all the best.
Thank you, Ray.
I don't know where you guys are, but have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, wherever.
Michelle, thank you.
Have your coffee, do all those things. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.